FORA.tv. Idea Immersion. Visit us at www.FORA.tv.
There have traditionally been two views of how Wikipedia works. One view is that Wikipedia is an emergent phenomenon, pseudo-Darwinian. So you'll hear a lot of the phrases like the wisdom of crowds, swarm intelligence. Those kind of phrases are very common, hive mind. But the other view is that, and this is my view, is that there's a community of thoughtful users, and that's what really makes Wikipedia work. A former Britannica editor had a really nice way of putting the emergent phenomenon view. He was writing a very negative and critical article about Wikipedia, and he said sarcastically, "By some unspecified Darwinian process will assure that those writings and editings by contributors of greatest expertise will survive. Articles will eventually reach a steady state that corresponds to the highest degree of accuracy." Does someone actually believe this? Evidently so. Well, when I first read this, I thought, that's really interesting because within our community, you will only rarely or occasionally hear people talk this way. Normally within our community, we're actually talking about very old-fashioned types of things like references, good writing, neutrality, how to rewrite things. We're talking about people's behavior in the community, all those kinds of things. We're not talking about some kind of magic process. The emergent model view would have us think that Wikipedia is thousands and thousands and thousands of individual users. They don't know each other. They each contribute a little bit, and somehow out of this emerges a coherent body of work. It's like we're all ants, right? The alternative view, the view of a community, is that we're a dedicated group of a few hundred volunteers. We know each other, and we all work together to guarantee the quality and the integrity of the content. You can see, obviously, what my view is, since I put pictures of a bunch of my friends up on the slides. But when I first thought about this and heard this, I thought, this is really interesting because there are implications for these two views, implications on how do you manage a project like this? How do you get something like this to work? If you really believe in the hive mind type of view, individual users aren't that important. They're like ants in a colony. You can step on a few of them and it really doesn't matter. And the other thing is that you should have some sort of metrics. Programmers always love to have lots and lots of metrics, like the eBay rating system. The eBay rating system works really, really well because most of the interactions on eBay are not necessarily community interactions. When I go to buy something on eBay, why do I care about that number? I care about the number because I don't know that person, and I don't know anybody who knows them, right? And so I need some kind of a metric, and that works very, very well for a site like eBay. But in our case, we don't have ratings of users. And the reason we don't have ratings of users is that the people who are working together and editing articles, they come to know each other. And they usually become friends. Even if they disagree very strongly, they do become friends, or they at least get some grudging respect for each other. They duke it out for several months, and they come to some compromise. The kinds of judgments that we use to make the work be good have nothing to do with rating metrics and numbers. I mean, you can imagine, suppose you went to work at a company, and every day you have sort of a badge, and it has a number on it that tells how many people like you or not, right? It's not really where you want to work, I think, right? Instead, what do you want? You want people to judge you on a wide variety of characteristics, and that's what we do within Wikipedia. We have people who we say, this guy does fantastic work in biology, but whatever you do, don't let him get near Israel-Palestine, he goes bonkers, right? So how do you capture that in a number? You really can't capture that in a number. It's real human judgments about real human people. This person has, they do good work, but they're a difficult personality, all those kinds of things.